Hi, my name is Riz and welcome to my workout channel. Today I have for you a beginner core workout. Today's workout is going to be low impact. Everything is going to be done on the floor. There's no equipment. This workout is perfect if you are relatively a beginner to core exercises or you haven't done a core workout in a really long time. I will be giving lots of cues in this workout. We're going to go for 3 rounds, 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off. First round, your rest is going to be me demoing the exercise, and in the other 2 rounds, I'm going to play some nice music. Join me on the mat for our warm-up. Getting on all fours into cat-cow. Inhale, arching the back, looking up to the sky. Exhale, tucking your tailbone in, rounding your back, and pushing away the floor with the palms of your hands. Inhale, look up. Arching. Exhale, rounding your back. And repeat. One more time. Next, sitting on your heels, we're going to do a nice little neck roll. We're just going to drop our head to the back and roll our head forwards. Think of your head as just this heavy ball. Just let it hang, falling softly in every direction. Switch sides or ways. Once you're done with that, you're going to take your right hand, reach it behind you, and look behind you. Keep your stomach facing forward, so try not to twist your stomach too far out, but pulling your shoulder back and looking behind you. And breathe. Off to the other side. Keeping our hips face forward. Again, off to the other side. And switch. Next, we're going to start off in a vacuum exercise. So vacuums are perfect for targeting that inner core that wraps around your entire spine. If you have back problems, anything like that, it a lot of times has to do with a weak core, one of the reasons being. And vacuums are just an amazing way to strengthen that inner core to help you have better posture, less back pain, and it's extremely low impact, so it's amazing for individuals who are in recovery. So getting into all fours. Inhaling through your stomach. And as you exhale, pulling your belly button in. You're really letting out that air. And as my belly button is being pulled in to think of your spine, I'm still able to speak to you. We want that. We don't want to be holding our breath here. We want to be able to keep that core engagement while breathing. And just hold this position. And as you feel yourself or your stomach falling, pull it in again some more. This is really going to help with that core strengthening. So letting your stomach hang. Let's inhale one more time. And exhale, pulling the stomach in. hold this position. Really suck in your belly button. And breathe. Continue holding. If this exercise is new to you, it may feel a bit tricky or weird. You're really pulling in, you're exaggerating that pull. Keep holding. And release. Okay, now that we've done our vacuums, we're going to transition into a plank. Okay, so getting into all fours. So this all fours position, I know it looks very simple, but it can be done wrong. So here are the cues that you're going to want to know before we attempt our plank. We want to keep our neck and chest nice and tall. So to help ourselves do this, we are going to be actively pushing away from the ground and our shoulders are going to be back. So we're not slouching into this socket of our shoulders. We're maintaining this nice tall stance. And my tailbone is tucked in, so I'm not arching my back, you know, like in cat-cow or rounding it. We're keeping a relatively flat back with our tailbone tucked. So if you've never done a tailbone tuck before, I'm in this upright position. I'm pretty relaxed here. My back is naturally just arched in this way. For the tailbone tuck, it's going to feel like scooping our bum into the floor. So what that's going to look like is I'm in this naturally arched position and I'm pulling my bum into the floor, and now I'm in this nice, engaged, and safe position for our backs. My core is nice engaged, and this is the tailbone tuck. So arched, tuck, arched, tuck. You'll notice that I'm not slouching either. My chest is still tall, but my tailbone is tucked. So back into our all fours. Practicing this, let's just tuck in our tailbones. Reaching our left leg out. See how that feels. Really play with the weight. Notice that you can pull your weight in any part of your body that you want. So you can really put in the weight of your legs holding up or your upper body. Really play with this. Now lifting your right leg up, we're in our plank. So I'm nice and tall here, my tailbone is tucked, and then let's lower back into all fours. For the 30 seconds, we're going to be lifting into the plank, and we're going to be touching our knees to the floor back and forth. So what it's going to look like is this. Plank, rest our knees. Plank, rest our knees. And if you want to make it a little more difficult, obviously you can hold the plank, or you can just lightly tap your knees to the floor. So instead of full on falling to the floor with our knees and resting, you can be in this tank position, tap, come back up, like so. The wider your feet are apart in plank is the easier it will be. So remember that. I want you to maintain this plank position as we touch our knees to the floor, and if you have to widen your feet, go ahead and do that. So, starting our timer, go ahead and get into all fours, and let's begin. Five more seconds. Keep going. And done. So, if you found yourself falling into this dip-like posture, then you can just go back to focusing on the pressure of either side of the leg and lift if you like. Really play with it. Gradually get into plank position if you can't already. And just remember, actively pushing away from the floor is what's going to help you keep that nice tall posture. Okay, next we're going to go into a crunch. So, lying on our backs. Tucking my tailbone in. I am going to place my hands behind my head. All right. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky, but I have faith in you that you'll be able to learn this. So keeping this space between my chest and my chin, like there is an apple being held here, I am lifting with my core and lifting my chest up off the ground. My core is engaged, and then I'm lowering back to the ground. It's a very small movement, but you're using all of your core strength to lift your chest off the ground. My upper back is going to be completely off of the ground in this position. I'm not pulling my head forward. I'm relatively looking up to the sky as I'm coming up, and I'm not like, my chin is not up to the sky, but I'm maintaining this neutral spine as I come up. I'm not bobbing my hand. The hands are just here to basically have a place for your head to rest lightly. So, again, let's go over it. Our hands are behind our heads, tucking in. We're gonna lift off of the ground and then lower back down. All right, let's get the timer set up and start. Inhaling, exhaling as you come up. Last one. Okay. Next we have a knee switch. So, still lying on our backs, we're just going to stretch out our feet. And as our feet are stretched out, we're going to bring our right leg in, like so, grabbing onto your right leg, and then switching to the left, like a bicycle kick. If it's within your practice, you can lift your chest up off the floor like the crunch and continue switching with your feet up off of the ground. But as you'd like, your head can be laid on the ground and you can just switch your legs, have the other foot rest, the opposing foot, and switch, or keep them off the ground. Experiment, do whatever feels comfortable for you. If this is your first core workout or just testing the ropes, we want to know what it feels like when our core is engaged. We want to practice great form, really nail that form down before we progress into future workouts. So setting up the timer, and let's start. If you feel your back arching, which is understandable, lift your feet up higher. If it's in your practice, keep them low. We want our backs to be flat on the ground. We don't want an exaggerated gap between our lower backs and the floor. Last one. And done. Okay. So that was our first round. How do you feel? I feel great. I'm ready to do 2 more rounds. Like I said, 30 seconds on, 20 seconds in between. And we're gonna start right back up with our vacuums. I will have a timer here letting you know how much longer you have. And then I will have this area right here saying, all right, next we have plank, next we have crunch, etc. Okay, so preparing ourselves in this all fours position. If this all fours position is uncomfortable for you, you can always practice a vacuum sitting in this position. You can practice a vacuum standing up, sitting on a chair, whatever feels comfortable for you. All right, let's begin. Getting into all fours. If you can, hold for the entire 30 seconds. And really cool and last time. If it's within your practice, squeeze those glutes as much as you can in this plank to keep your breathing nice and strong. We have one more exercise to do. Let's do this one together. If you have been resting your foot on the ground as you switch, try to keep them up the entire time this time. Or if you haven't lifted your chest up into this crunch-like position, you could try this time. This is the last round, last exercise of this workout, so let's make it count. Starting the timer, lying on our backs, and start. And done. All right, lying still on our backs, we're gonna drop our left knees. We're gonna drop our knees to the left and breathe. And then dropping our knees to the right. Next, getting into all fours, turning our hands out, facing behind us. If you can only get to facing this way or this way, do whatever's in your practice. The purpose of this is to get a nice stretch in our wrists and kind of just rock forward and back or in a circle, whatever is comfortable for you. You can play with the positioning. Sitting on our heels, we're going to bring our fingers towards our inner wrist, arm resting, and then flexing our hand like so. So repeating that motion and flexing. And breathe. One more time. Lying on our stomachs. Placing your hands right under your shoulders. You're going to squeeze your glutes, pushing away from the ground with the palms of your hands and looking up to the sky and really pull that stomach. You're going to feel a nice stretch in your abs. Really squeeze your glutes to protect your lower back. And breathe. Come back down. One more time. And into child's pose. All right, so that concludes our beginner core workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below if I gave enough cues. I feel like I never give enough cues. If you found yourself struggling a lot, or maybe your lower back hurt during the workout, just remember to really practice on your form, keeping your tailbone tucked. It's going to be, you're going to feel some tensity in your back if you have a really weak core. That is totally normal. When that happens pretty often, I would recommend exercises like the vacuums or those knee switches when you're just lying on your back and switching your legs back and forth. This is your workout, so Do whatever you want to it. Change it up. Make the rests longer, shorter, add another round. Do whatever you feel like doing and come back to this workout often so you can see your progress and see the changes in the strength of your core. I hope you have a wonderful day. Subscribe if you haven't already, like and comment, and have a wonderful day. Peace.